Hello everyone and welcome to the Night Trap Review and Retrospective. Night Trap is a 1992 game developed by Digital Pictures and originally released for the Sega CD. Although in years after that it would get ported to other systems such as the 3DO, which is the version we're going to be looking at. It would also make its way to PC and Macintosh computers. Night Trap has been called a interactive movie or interactive fiction, although I think it is more accurately described as an action game along the lines of, say, Dragon Slayer or Space Ace. Night Trap is famous, or perhaps infamous is a better word, for being considered one of those games that was extremely violent and gratuitous. In fact, it became the subject of Senate committee hearings on violence in video games, and would eventually help lead to the creation of the ESRB, the rating system for video games that we still use today. I personally think that this reputation is unfair and unfounded. So what do you say we take a look at the game of Night Trap and get a feeling for what it was really all about? Alright, so now we get to enjoy our opening credits and meet our cast. Night Trap is a FMV game, so it's all live action video, and it kind of plays out like a movie or a TV show. And here we get a little like binoculars kind of filter thing going on. And we're being introduced to our team.
Get a picture.
I'm Sims, SCAT Team Commander. SCAT Mission 230. 5 teenage girls on their way to a weekend house party at the old Lakeshore Winery house of Mr. and Mrs. Victor Martin. And their 2 children, Jeff and Sarah. Your mission, protect those 5 girls from whatever happened to another bunch of teenagers. They disappeared after spending a night at the Martins. Last night, one of our agents got into the house and found a weird security system. Hidden cameras in almost every room and a series of traps. Our agent spliced an override into the security system, enabling you to control the cameras and the traps with this remote unit. The traps are protected with an access code. They won't work unless you enter the right code. Right now, that code is set at blue, and you have control of the traps. But anyone inside that house can change that code at any time. So listen in. Our override cable is here, in the back hallway. If anyone disconnects it, you lose control, for good. This is my attack squad. And that's Kelly, one of my best undercover agents. She'll be arriving with the rest of the girls. I'm putting her life and the lives of those other girls in your hands. Don't even think of messing up. If you don't have the brains or the guts for this assignment, give the controls to someone who does. The girls should be pulling into the driveway. You're wasting time. Get over there now. Looks like you're not up for this mission. Breaking contact.
So here we have Lieutenant Sims, as played by J. Bill Jones. He's commander of our SCAT team, which, depending on the version of the game you're playing, could either stand for the Sega Control Attack Team or the Special Control and Attack Team. At this point in the game, Sims is really just here to inform us about what is going on, although we may see him a handful of times during the course of the game, usually because we screwed up at some point and it's game over. Sims mentioned that we're investigating a house where girls have gone missing, and a group of 5 are just about ready to arrive. So what do you say we go catch up with them? Alright, so the girls are just arriving, and you may have noticed a couple of men in black running off into the bushes. Seems like one of the girls noticed it too.
Check out the book. I am so embarrassed.
This isn't exactly what I imagined, though.
Has anybody seen my chamois bag?
Which one? You got about 1 million of them.
Back off, Birdface. You just better be glad I brought you along.
The only reason you brought me along is because Mom made you.
Shut up.
Well, I can tell this is gonna be fun.
You with me, Control? We're going in.
I was so afraid you decided not to come.
Oh, no way. I've been looking forward to this all week.
Sarah, this is beautiful by the lake.
Really? It looks like a swamp.
Hi, Megan. Oh, come on, everyone. I want you to meet my parents.
So these are your lovely new friends from the shopping mall.
Welcome to our little getaway.
Father, I want you to meet Cindy.
Hi.
Ashley.
Hi.
Megan.
Hey.
Lisa.
Hi.
Her little brother, Danny. What's up? And,
Oh, Kelly. Nice to meet
Well,
you.
if you're interested in that little beeping you're hearing, that is letting us know that the number of possible has increased. I'll let you know about that in a little bit.
Sheila.
Hello. Come on, everyone. Let's go in the house.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Hey, Sarah. Who's that?
that's Weird Eddie. He's just one of the neighbors.
He's really cute now. He is really cute.
Well, you see that up on the roof? This here is Kelly Mead. Although I've seen the name spelled a couple of different ways in manuals and guides, we're going to go with this spelling for the time being. She is played by Dana Plato, most famous for being on the TV series Different Strokes. She appeared in television throughout the 70s and 80s, and continued appearing in films into the 90s. Kelly here is one of the undercover agents of SCAT. She's aware of us watching the group, and will help us out during the course of the game, occasionally giving us advice if we're following her. Before we get much further along in this video, I would like to take a minute just to stop and tell you about the mechanics of playing the game. Currently, we're looking at a screen of the driveway, and in the center of the screen is a static image. That's the driveway right now. As we look at different areas in the game, we'll usually just look at a static image, unless of course there's some sort of activity happening right there. Usually that will be the characters talking to each other or performing some sort of activity, such as walking around from one room to the next. Those men in black we saw earlier may also appear in these rooms. Now if you look at the bottom right, that's our timer. It is currently set at 0, but more about that in a little bit. Next to that, you'll see the access and the code blue. Sims told us earlier that the current access code for the traps is blue. It will always start at blue with the exception of the PC releases, which I think is random. We need that access code to use the traps during the course of the game to capture those men in black. And if you look beneath it, you'll see possible and captured. Over the course of the game, when those men in black appear, you may or may not be able to capture them. There'll be about 95 during the course of the game, and below that is the number of those 95 you've captured. Right now you can't really see it moving, but that bar underneath the word blue, when it is at its fullest and it turns red, that is when an enemy is close enough to a trap to be activated. In the middle there is the map, and it shows us which room we're currently viewing. Right now, we're in the driveway. To the left, you'll see 8 images. Those images correspond with different rooms in the house. Currently, we're looking at the driveway, but next to it is the second floor hall, the guest bedroom, the bathroom, the living room, the entryway, the kitchen, and the back hall. The back hall is where Sims told us the override for the traps and the cameras is set up. We can even press the start button to look at a map of the entire house, and we can see where each room is situated. And if we see a character or an enemy moving from one room to the next, we can switch our cameras and possibly see them moving between locations. Astute viewers probably noticed that it was nearly 2 minutes in on our timer here before the girls even pulled up in their car, which means that there was nearly 2 minutes of activity happening in 7 other different areas. So ideally, you would want to start the game before this point as to not miss out on all the other action. This is simply done by trying to press start and start the game even before Sims starts his briefing. Oh, and one more thing. Since there's activity constantly happening across all 8 parts of the house, I'm going to keep focus on what I think is the most important information at the time, but I'll do a little picture-in-picture kind of thing to show you things that are happening in other areas of the house. So if we're quick, we can notice something unusual almost immediately. Sarah is up in the bedroom, she's looking directly into the camera, and her eyes start to glow green. Now surely that's unusual. We don't know what that means just yet, but as we play the game further, we'll find out what that means. We also watch her wander off into the bathroom and take what looks like a secret passage in the wall. While she's doing that, we can start seeing the men in black start to invade the house. They come in through the windows, and they come in through the back door. In fact, they're coming in through all points of entry in the house, and it seems they know where everything is. Now here we get to see what Victor was up to before meeting the girls. We also get introduced to a new character named Tony.
You are a very special boy. We both know that. But you must start doing your job. We all have to do our job.
I know.
Well, help your cousin with that.
Yeah, it's about time. Sorry, it didn't dawn on me. Yeah, I'll dawn on you if you don't get on the ball. I'm sorry.
Tony seems to be the cousin of the Martins. Victor's also speaking in another language. I don't recognize it, but if I knew what it was and what he was saying, it probably adds to his character.
And Sarah's coming in with 6 more tonight.
6? Yeah.
The problem is Sheila and I might have to make a delivery.
And there's Sheila. We see her emerge from a secret passage behind the bookcase. Earlier, we saw Sarah go through a secret passage in the upstairs bathroom. The house has a number of them, actually.
Selfish. Think of the poor, starving Augers.
Those animals.
They're here.
Good. Come down. Looks like a healthy bunch.
Yes, it should be a good weekend.
Too bad we must visit the Augers tonight. I'd much rather stay here and enjoy our new guests.
Now, Victor, we can't forget about the poor Augers.
Oh, you and your charity work. It's beginning to be much too much. Come, let's
Well,
visit.
that is the third or fourth time we heard Augers, or Augs at this point. We're going to learn who they are shortly.
What's the matter with you anyway? I don't know. Bored, I guess. Bored. Well, that's gonna change pretty soon, huh? I mean, we're on our own tonight. So? So? You heard him. We got 6. That's gotta be some kind of record. Yeah, well, I don't think you understand, Jeff. I'm not interested in that stuff anymore. Oh. Open the door. Open the door. Just a minute. How hard can it be to open a stupid door? Close the door. Will you close the door? How hard can it be to close the door? Ow.
So we're getting real close to the part where the girls arrive at the house, and we can already see that the house is just being invaded by these men in black.
Come right on in. Wow.
Alright, everyone's back.
Oh, just leave your bags there.
Enchanté.
What?
Tu parles français, toi?
Oh, no, thank you.
Pity.
Now, that sounded like French. I'm not sure if he was speaking French earlier.
Really leaked out.
Hey, Control, check out the house.
Well, even though she told us to check out the house, we're going to keep up with them, and anything interesting going on, I'll put in the corner there.
Is this the freezer?
Oh, no, not that one. The other one.
What's this?
Another refrigerator.
Why is it locked?
Danny, we'd all like to thank you very much for letting us come up this weekend. It's very nice of you.
Our pleasure, my dear.
What's this?
Oh, homemade cherry popsicles.
We all have our own very special cravings around here.
Hey, come on, everyone. Let's go down to the lake.
Yes, Victor and I will take care of it.
Guys, come on.
Oh, Sarah. Victor and I have to make a visit to the Augers tonight. A delivery
Oh,
action.
yeah, I'm not quite sure where that static came from. I haven't been able to clean it up,
I understand.
so I do apologize.
Good night, Father.
Good night, darling.
Good night, Sarah.
Good night.
Bye, girls. Have fun. Curious little bunch. What's wrong?
Well, there's something about Kelly.
Woman's intuition again, huh?
Oh, Victor, you monster. Let's have the boys change the code to be safe.
And that's important to hear because the code does change over the course of the game, and when it does change, you need to know it, or otherwise you cannot activate the traps.
That's just the basement. Let's go see the boats.
Hi, Eddie. Bye, Eddie. Nice of you to drop by, Eddie. Oh, and let us know when you want to die, Eddie.
You're on your own tonight, boys.
Hey.
Now, Jeffrey, I want you to go downstairs and change the trap access code from blue to purple.
Don't worry, Mom.
This is important to pay attention to.
Good hunting.
The code has changed to purple, so if we want to start using traps again, we need to use the access code purple.
You really get a kick out
Although
of
in the
this
case
stuff,
of this
don't you?
code change, you want to wait until after the next capture.
Do you really think we should be leaving them here alone?
Why not?
Well, do you think they can handle it?
Of course they can. What could possibly go wrong? Come on, darling. The Augers are waiting.
Right.
Alright, so Sheila and Victor are off to see the Augers, and they're going to be gone from the story until much later.
Sarah, your parents are leaving.
So, Sarah, we're in this huge house with all your friends. We have telephones, we have a car, your parents are gone, and you say so?
Sarah, what's the first thing you think of?
Party!
Alright, so it's time to party. And now let's enjoy the theme, the haunting theme of Night Trap. Alright, everyone sing along. And now Tony has entered, and this is the first time our girls are meeting him.
This is my cousin, Tony.
What's this? We got problems.
And my gracious brother, Jeff.
I think someone's taking control of the system.
We'll see if you can get it fixed. If not, we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way.
I could take all weekend. I got plans.
Yeah.
Come on, everyone. I'll show you to your room.
Okay. Lisa. Come
Nice
on,
to
Lisa.
meet
Lisa.
Okay, so the Martins know that something's
What's
up.
going on?
That girl looks exactly like Madeline.
Oh, not that again.
No, not that again.
Come on, Studley. We better change that code.
How about red?
Sure.
Okay, so our password has just changed again. And Tony seems to recognize somebody. Oh, what's this?
Look, it was your job to protect Kelly and the rest of those girls. But from what I've just seen, the place is being overrun. You've missed way too many of those suckers. Now, until you figure out how to do your job and do it right, you're dismissed. Breaking contact.
Probably weren't expecting that, were you? I don't think most people playing this were. That is the first of several possible game over screens you can get. Sims shows up to let us know that too many of those men are wandering around the house, and he disconnects the control from us, and it's game over. We would also normally get the ending credits at this point, but I'm going to skip that until the very, very end of the video. I'm not entirely sure what constitutes too many of the enemies running around the house. In the case of this video, I left the game playing for about 8.5 minutes before Sims finally showed up and pulled the plug on me. It's probably a combination of time and number of enemies in the house as opposed to the number that you've caught. We're not going to see this game over screen anymore, but we will see some similar game over screens as we continue our video. Now, looky here. One of the SCAT team members has decided he's going to come inside and look around. Now, Danny, if you're not careful, they may catch you next.
This is Leader. Come in, Collins. No movement, over. Swanson.
Looks clear.
Jason. Come in, Jason.
This is Mike. Jason's inside.
I said no one in until we got the signal from Kelly.
He thought he'd been spotted, so he went in to clean up. He clicked off before I could respond. It sounded routine.
Collins, use decoy option and check it out. Roger. Mike, go around back and cover position 3. I want him out of that house.
Roger.
Well, it looks like that SCAT team member went in before he was supposed to. Now he's got the whole team upset.
Sarah, your cousin's adorable. How old is he?
Oh, older than you might think.
You know, he doesn't talk very much.
He never had a chance.
I think he likes me.
He's just a little shy.
Oh, brother.
Well, the girls like Tony.
bathroom. Hey, this is wonderful. Great.
Oh, now this is my favorite bedroom.
Great.
Oh, now somebody has just pulled up to the house.
This is Collins. Here goes nothing, Chief.
Just no heroics, huh?
Count on it. I think we should give him the old Jamaican number, huh, Chief? And out.
Yeah, that's Collins. He's part of the scat team. He's going inside to make sure everything's okay.
Sarah, this is really nice.
I'm glad you like it.
And what a great view.
It really is.
Hey, can I use this closet?
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, Sarah, where's your bedroom? Oh, it's downstairs.
Yeah, this place seems awfully large. Do you have a big family?
No, it's just my parents, my brother, and me. But you never know who might drop in.
Oh, wow, you guys, this is the life.
And what about Tony?
Oh, Tony's just here for the summer. You know, I think he likes Ashley.
Really?
Yes. You can see it in his eyes.
And he's wearing sunglasses.
I mean, you can tell by his face.
And his bod.
Yeah.
Sarah, what is this?
Oh,
Cool.
my father collects weird things.
Yeah, that weird thing, if you were being really observant, you may have seen earlier. But we're going to get a chance to see that again later.
You're not gonna trash your face with this junk, are you?
Megan, it could be a lot worse.
Come on, look at this stuff. You know, they should test this stuff on rats before they let people like you play with it.
Right, and how would they do that, Megan?
With a little rat. See, first you put him in a chair with a clown. Oh, no, Miss Lisa, that was too tight. And then you find some powder and you put it all over his face. Oh, no, Miss Lisa. I can't breathe. Oh, I'll get it.
She's a bit of a weird girl.
Come on. I think there might be some of Sarah's friends. That'd be so
You guys, what's going on?
Open the door. Come on, some of Sarah's friends.
Okay, I'll be down in a bit.
Alright, now we get to see the ultimate fate of that earlier scat member who was captured. I remember reading somewhere that that's supposed to be the same actor that's playing Weird Eddie, but it sure doesn't look like it to me. Yeah, now Danny has encountered it. Now Danny was quick enough to get away. He was our first cast member to deal with these men in black.
have you like this, so sorry to barge in. But I was wondering if maybe you had seen me boat.
Your boots.
Me boat? Boat! Oh! Me boat, ain't it a beauty? Built it myself.
Yeah, we haven't seen it.
Look at all the pretty girls. Is everything all right here, hey? That is good, yeah. How about you, son? You seen me boat?
Subtle,
eh?
Kelly.
Eh? Why you wear those shades at night, eh?
Yeah, well, will there be anything else, sir?
Yes, he wears his sunglasses at night.
Everything is all right. Yes, everything is fine here. Yeah. Okay, good night. Thank you.
What was that all about?
Something about a boat.
Gee, no kidding.
Well, let's go get something to eat, guys.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Well, Colin's gambit didn't work out exactly the way he wanted, but he did get a look inside.
This is Collins, over.
What's up?
Everything looks okay inside, except no sign of Jason, over.
Okay, back to your position, and fast. We may have to move in soon.
Roger.
Alright, well, we're about to see one of the scenes that was cited as being too violent and gratuitous and overt.
Megan, this isn't gonna work. You're not scaring me. Wait. What are you doing? No! Megan, no!
There's Sims
What
again.
I just saw. Those bloodsuckers just got Lisa, and you had a chance to save her. I put the lives of those girls in your hands, and you screwed up. I'm pulling the plug on you before you do any more damage. Breaking contact.
Well, Sims is back, and he is not happy with what we let happen. As I mentioned earlier, he usually only appears to tell us that the game is over and to take control away from us. And in this case, we saw that Lisa got caught and a scat team override appeared. That's when the control of the game is taken away from us so that we are forced to watch a particular scene. So unfortunately in this case Lisa gets captured and it's game over. But it also gives us a hint as to what we have to do. We have to be here at this point to rescue her, or otherwise we get a game over. So since that's what happened, we're now going to take a look at what happens if we are able to save her from the Men in Black.
Megan, this isn't gonna work. You're not scaring me. Wait. What are you doing? No! Megan, no!
Alright, so we caught the enemy this time, and Lisa's able to escape now. It's one of a handful of captures that you absolutely have to get to continue the game. And Lisa escapes out the window in the bedroom, which makes me think that she escapes onto the roof. She's gone from the rest of the story at this
Try
point.
to relax. Try to stay calm, okay?
Something is going on here.
I know.
I can feel it. I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah, you check it. Do that.
So, what would you like?
Good.
Oh, how about some ice cream?
Yeah, that's good.
Ice cream.
We didn't buy the syrup.
Oh, I know. Crushed cookies and ice cream. You guys will love it.
Cookies and ice cream.
Yeah, you get the cookies.
Oh, right here.
You can top it with this.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, goodness.
Did you leave the body box unlocked?
No,
Well, it's unlocked.
we have another problem. I found a tricord upstairs.
A what?
An auger tricord.
Hey, you guys want some?
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
Well, now we have a name to that weird device they found upstairs. And we saw one of the men in black walking around with one that looked just like it.
My creation.
It's gross. Where's Kelly?
I don't know.
I don't know, but she can have my ice cream. Let's go find her. This is so gross.
Look at that. Oh, you're right. They're here.
Who's that?
I don't know. It's just the kind of thing that would happen on our big night.
Well, we better get the Augs before they get the girls.
With this scene, we now have a name for our enemies. The men in black that have been wandering around the house are Augers. Early in the video, both Sheila and Victor mentioned that they were going to go see the Augers. Sarah, Jeff, and Tony seem to understand what the Augers are too. In fact, I remember earlier, Jeff called them animals. The connections between the Augers and the Martins become more and more apparent as the Augers understand the layout of the house and are able to use the equipment here. But we still haven't quite figured out what the Martins are about and why they have all this weird equipment in their house and what is their connection with these Auger monsters. So Kelly ran off into the living room and she's about to find some interesting evidence.
Pictures of all the girls. Their heights, weights, and blood types on the back. Now look at this. It's a locket with a picture of a young woman. She looks just like Ashley. Oh, Tony.
You always talk to yourself when you go through other people's belongings.
Tony, what's going on around here? You got all these pictures of the girls and that locket.
You'd never understand. Just stay out of it. I'm warning you.
Tony, I'm not afraid of you. I'd like to know what's going on around here.
Tony's eyes are glowing green also.
Not in a row. This is pretty heavy.
Kelly? You all right? Yeah. Let's go outside.
So between the Augers, the machines for extracting blood, and the Martins here, it's pretty clear that there is something going on between all of them.
I'm serious. Come on, I'll show you.
Wait a minute, Danny. Just calm down and tell us exactly what you saw.
I went down in the basement, and I saw these control rooms with monitors and buttons for traps. What's that? Come on. I'm serious.
Come on, let's get some fresh air. Right.
We got big, big problems.
What?
The Augs are here.
All right. I'll go downstairs and reset the access code to yellow.
Alright, this is another code change, and I think this one is kind of annoying for a reason you're going to see really shortly.
All right. What's the matter? You all right? I
Oh,
guess.
calm down, it's just Eddie.
What do you want?
I just wanted to...
Is everybody all right? Hey, look, I don't think it's a good idea for you to be hanging around here at night. Why don't you just go home, okay?
Wait! You're in danger!
You've seen those things too? What are they?
Well, they're called Augers, or Augs, and they're like a vampire.
You mean they suck blood?
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's nothing
It's
personal.
vampires.
It's the only way they can keep alive. Most of them are so hungry the skin keeps falling off their bones.
You didn't think
That's
that
why
playing
they
this
dress so
game, did you? That this would be about
We gotta
vampires.
warn the others.
Wait, some of them could be vampires too.
What can we do?
Fight back.
How?
With these
What are they?
special laser guns. I made them myself. You just point and shoot.
Yeah, Eddie's got some firepower.
Here, you take this one and go in the front, and I'll go around in the back.
Well, that's it for disc 1. Now we have to switch over to disc 2. It's a 2-disc game, can you believe it? I'll be with you in a minute.
That guy is definitely disturbed.
Hey, let's go swimming. I'm gonna go upstairs to lie down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up too. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
He's just so weird.
Yeah, he is.
You know, the guy really scares me.
Ashley, can I trust you?
Yeah? Why?
I'm working undercover, and you and the other girls might be in terrible danger.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'd like you to stay in your room and be careful. I'm gonna check out the rest of the house, okay?
Okay.
Listen, things are getting really weird around here. Keep your eyes open and watch out for the other girls. I'll be right back.
Well, how about you guys?
Oh, no. Why don't you go ahead? Jeff and I have some cleaning up to do first. Some weekend.
Sarah's acting a little weird.
A little weird. Come on, Cindy. Everyone around here is totally flipped out. This place is a disaster zone.
Come on, Megan, it's not that bad.
Yes, it is. Do you realize it's the first time I've had the car the entire weekend, and I wind up in the middle of nowhere? It's embarrassing, Cindy. And Sarah said it was going to be an exciting weekend.
Well, give it a chance. Tomorrow we'll go water skiing, and the lake will be crawling with boys.
That's if Lisa doesn't scare them home away. Let's go.
Hi. Come on, Megan, let's get something to eat.
Cindy!
Let's go down to the control room. Maybe Tony has seen the Augs.
Gotcha.
I'd feel better if we switched the code again to orange. We don't want anyone else to get...
Remember how I told you before I thought the last password change was kind of annoying? Well, that's because it happens before you switch the discs, and it only lasts for about a minute. So there's only one auger that you're going to trap with that password.
Tony!
Well, there's Tony, and he's not wearing his glasses.
Ashley, you must leave now.
Why?
There's no time to explain, but you're in grave danger.
Tony, I don't understand.
You'd never understand. Just leave now.
Ah! Hold it!
You stay out of this.
Don't make me use this, Tony.
What did Tony just do?
Did you really think that this stupid little toy could protect you? This is useless against us.
Us?
My family, my kind. You'd never understand.
You okay, Ashley? Hey, Tony, wait! Tony, what is going on around here?
Just go now.
Tony, why are you warning us?
You remind me of a person I knew and loved long ago. But that could never be.
Kelly, I'm so confused. What's going on?
Oh, just relax, relax. Calm down. We're gonna be just fine. This is Kelly. Come in. Over. Mike, this is Kelly. Come in.
Roger, Kelly. This is Mike.
Code red. I repeat, code red.
Right. Okay, what's your 20?
I'm upstairs, but the girls are all over the house. And Mike, be careful. These people are into something a lot worse than what we thought. I think they're vampires.
What?
Well, there you go.
Mike, I'm not
Night Trap is
kidding.
about vampires.
Okay, hold on. We'll tell Leader we're coming in.
Leader, this is Mike. Come in. Leader, this is Mike. Come in.
Well, Mike was ready to start a rescue. Then that happened. Yeah, and here's where I screw up the colors and do not catch that auger. Though I didn't need to catch this one. And Danny is showing off Eddie's laser weapon.
for fast boys and fast boats, and I get this.
Hey, let's try one of these.
Cindy, all you think about is food.
Where's my sister?
Oh, boy, here we go again.
I'm serious. Eddie made these laser guns to fight off the Augs.
Augs?
We gotta tell everybody else. Follow me.
Man, he is really flipped out.
Oh, what's this, an auger?
Wait, don't shoot. It's me.
Nope, it's actually Eddie.
Gotta warn the others.
Okay.
Eddie thinks dressing up as an auger is a good idea to avoid detection. But unfortunately, it can confuse you, and you end up capturing him. So yeah, it's possible to catch Eddie here if you, say, came across him and didn't know that it was him in a disguise. Unfortunately, though, catching Eddie is one of the detrimental captures and can stop you from getting the perfect ending. So we're going to take a look at how it's different if we do not capture him.
Wait, don't shoot. It's me. Listen, I don't fool him.
Gotta warn the others.
Okay, you check in there, and I'll check down there. Be careful.
Alright, that's 2 augers down. Now that's a pretty weird cut right there. I get the feeling that they may have set up that scene that Danny can get captured or escape depending on your actions. But I have the feeling that may have been removed to help with the
I don't think you
rating.
should be hanging around that weird Eddie.
Definitely.
Ew!
Cindy, you're making a mess.
That tastes like blood.
Yeah, right.
Well, actually, yeah. And now is the point where the shit officially hits the fan, and the augers start invading in full force.
Let's go check it out. Special Control Attack Team, SCAT. We have the whole house surrounded, taking control of all the traps and surveillance cameras in the house. There's one right there.
Can they help us?
Yes, they can, but you have to listen to me, do what I say, and when I say to do it.
This is one of the parts where I think having the multiple camera angles really starts to pay off. We see the augers smashing their way in through the door. Oh, there's that override again.
What were you thinking? You were hired to protect those girls, and you just let Ashley die. You're fired. Breaking contact.
So yeah, Sims is not happy with us for letting another girl get caught. See, that's what happens if we're not quick enough to save Ashley from the Augers. Just like Lisa earlier, we will automatically jump to this scene when the override happens, and we will see her get caught and dragged away. Like the scene with Lisa, it also gives us a hint that we want to be here, ready to rescue her from the Augers. So let's take a look at what happens if we successfully save her during this scene. So this time we were able to spring the trap in time, and Ashley was able to fight her way out. She even stops to take a look at the camera to thank us.
There's nothing we can do for her now. You guys don't have to worry about ourselves, okay? Calm down. Are you with us, Control? Control, you've got to be with us. What are you doing? You're talking to Control. There's a camera right there. I think they're coming to the door.
You were close, buddy, but hooking her by the leg was not a good idea.
Thank you. Thank you. You don't know.
Yep, even poor Cindy here can end up captured and killed like the other girls if we're not careful. Although in her case, it's Jeff Martin that catches her. Like the other girls, if she is not saved, it can eventually lead to a game over, but unlike the other girls, we do not get pulled away to see this scene if it happens. And in fact, the game over that we get happens several minutes later and seems to have almost no connection to this scene whatsoever. I have a suspicion that may have to do with some of the censorship that the game received, because some of the endings I've read about refer to Cindy becoming Jeff's vampire bride, so perhaps that part was cut out to keep the rating down. Let's take a look at what happens if we do rescue her, though.
Trapped. No, we're not. We still have one chance. Control, you gotta help us. Please trap that big hog by the back door so we can get out of here. Kelly, what if they're not there? We just have to trust that they are, Megan. I can't stand it. Megan, no!
Nope, it was too much for Megan to handle. Now she's trying to make a break for it. Well, there's Sims again.
And yes, you could have saved her. You were responsible for her life, and you screwed up. There's a lot going on in this house. Too bad you're not going to be around to see any more of it. Breaking contact.
Poor Megan got caught by the Augers and dragged away into the basement. Sims was not happy about that. That's actually one of 3 possible outcomes that can happen in this scene. Of course, this is what happens if we do nothing at all. Now we're going to take a look at one of the other possible outcomes. So here's how it plays out when we activate the trap. Well, we activated the trap, but because our timing was so poor, the Augers were able to avoid it and instead threw Megan in there. Sims still gets pretty upset about this and admonishes us the same way as he did before. So this time, let's take a look at what happens if we get it right. Alright, our timing wasn't so good last time. Let's see what happens now. Alright, we sprung the trap in time and Megan was able to escape. But Kelly's still in trouble.
Tony, this is all insane.
I tried to warn you, but you wouldn't listen.
Listen to what? What are you talking about?
Ashley, I tried to save her from the Augers, but you had to interfere, and now you will pay.
Tony, I don't understand. This is crazy.
Don't be foolish, Kelly. They wouldn't stand in my way. Would you?
Oh, thanks, Control. That was close.
All right.
Sims again.
All right, you made it this far.
Bet you weren't expecting to see
There's still
him.
way too many of those zombies running around that you should have trapped. If Kelly's gonna get out of there alive, you're gonna have to do better than that. Nobody said this job was gonna be a piece of cake. Maybe next time you'll make it all the way. Breaking contact.
So, were you surprised to see this ending? Well, I was, and I bet most gamers were when they first got to this point. Because it seems if enough Augers are loose in the house, even if you got to this point, you'll still get a game over. Your only option at this point is to go back to the beginning of the game and catch more of them before you get to this point. Now, that's of course what happens if you capture Tony, and who wouldn't capture Tony at that point? Just makes sense. But if you leave Tony alone, you get this. So the scene goes a little differently if we don't trap Tony at all.
Tony, this is all insane.
I tried to warn you, but you wouldn't listen.
Listen to what? What are you talking about?
Ashley, I tried to save her from the Augers, but you had to interfere, and now you will pay.
Tony, I don't understand. This is crazy.
Don't be foolish, Kelly. They wouldn't stand in my way. Would you?
No! Control! How could you let this happen to me? No!
And there's Jeff, who seems to have noticed our splice. Well, there's the override again, and we're about to get another game over.
So, you're the troublemaker. Well, I guess you think you're pretty smart, huh? Well, Tony told me all about it, including the override in the hall. So, Tony gets Kelly, I get the controller, and you? Well, you get nothing.
there you have it, a special game over ending that you probably wouldn't come across very often because most people wouldn't think at that point to just let Tony go, especially when you're getting so close to the end of the game, and normally game overs means starting from the beginning. But in this case, Tony grabs Kelly, drags her off into the basement, and they find out about the scat override to the traps and the cameras. Jeff, having none of it, pulls the cord, takes the controller, and drops it down one of the traps in the kitchen. Okay, so this time we're gonna keep going and we're gonna see what happens when the game continues from this point.
Tony, this is all insane.
I tried to warn you, but you wouldn't listen.
Listen to what? What are you talking about?
Ashley, I tried to save him from the Augs, but you had to interfere, and now you will pay.
Tony, I don't understand. This is crazy.
Don't be foolish, Kelly. They wouldn't stand in my way. Would you?
Oh, thanks, Control. That was close.
So while all that nonsense was going on, the Martins just arrived home.
Something's very wrong here.
Yes, the Augs are here. I can feel them in the house.
I'm afraid the Augs aren't our biggest problem.
What is it?
I'm not quite sure, but I think we should enter the house through the back.
What is it, dear?
I sense something is wrong. I'm not quite sure what.
What shall we do?
Find Jeff and Sarah. I don't like this at all. I don't like it at all. Where are the girls?
Let's look upstairs.
Oh, you're back.
Sarah, what is going on?
The Augs are here.
Oh, we suspected as much when they didn't show up for the delivery.
They set us up.
Oh, Victor, they're just hungry.
Where are Jeff and Tony?
They're downstairs in the control room. Someone else has taken control of the cameras and the traps.
Well, Jeff is down there. Tony is kind of down there.
Leader, this is Swanson. Come in, over.
What's going on out there?
I'm at the point there is no sign of Mike, over. Wait a minute, there's a radio in the driveway.
One of ours?
Looks like it is, yes.
Okay, that's it. All units go to code red. We're going in. Over. Repeat. All units, code red. I repeat. Code red.
Okay, Scat is ready to attack.
Hold it right there.
Now that was pretty bad. They should have added some sort of effect, like a muzzle flash.
Hey, what is that thing?
We're going in.
Now that was supposed to be the Augers' flesh coming off.
Let's move! Deke, check the back. Charlie upstairs.
Watch your step, guys. I hope Control's still with us.
Alright, so I think they said Charlie was going upstairs. And here he comes, and there's an Auger. And we get to see them use one of those weapons. They're kind of like bolas, I guess. Oh, by the way, we can also trap this guy if we want. Trapping him, of course, like trapping Eddie, is detrimental and will prevent us from getting the best ending. So here's how the scene normally goes.
They just saved my life.
Kelly, you all right? Hold it! Nobody move! What is the meaning of this? Please, that won't be necessary.
Who are you?
We're SCAT, Special Control Attack Team. You've got some explaining to do. Well, in that case, then, why don't we all go into the living room and get comfortable?
Will you just take it nice and easy, folks? because it's not been a good night for me, you dig?
So this is kind of the point where the Martins just spill the beans and tell everything that's going on. And even if you're watching this and trying to enjoy the story, there are still augers all over the house that you have to run around and catch.
I should inform you now, Mr. Martin. Your house has been under surveillance for some time.
Really?
A number of kids have been disappearing in this area, and most of them have been traced back to this house.
Help me understand that, would you please, Mr. Martin?
Well, this is all very intriguing. I really don't know where to start.
Start by explaining the cameras and the traps.
Well, I guess you'd call that charity.
Charity?
Well, in all fairness, all the credit goes to Sheila, my wife. It was actually her idea.
Oh, darling, it was your brilliant craftsmanship that made all of this possible.
Get to the point.
Hello, Das.
What'd you say? I don't like this dude, man.
You see, Lieutenant, we were trying to help the unfortunate augers.
Augers?
Those are those things that were chasing us around the house trying to get our blood.
Oh, Kelly, I think you're overreacting.
What is an auger?
A vampire victim who's been half-bled and left there to die.
Poor creatures have just enough blood to survive, but not enough to become vampires.
Poor creatures! Those things are monsters! See, these people are crazy!
It's a wicked curse. Wandering about looking for blood, hoping one day to become a vampire.
Ew!
Vampires? You gotta be jabbing me. Let's cuff these freaks and drag them downtown.
Hold it! I don't think you understand, Mr. Martin, but you're in serious trouble here.
No, Lieutenant. I'm afraid it is you who doesn't understand.
Jeffrey, are you all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. What's going on? Where's Tony?
Control got him with the stair trap.
Well, I guess we'll have to take care of this ourselves. That's it. Take him in.
Okay, so here's where it really hits the fan. And Victor just casually tosses that guy out the window. Colum's gun is completely useless. Now, at this point, if Jeff had taken Cindy, we would get a game over. It would just be scat override and then game over. But that didn't happen, so we're going to watch the scene unfold here. Also, Jeff fighting with Swanson right here can have 3 different outcomes. This is the default outcome if you do nothing. I'll show you the other 2 outcomes in a minute.
She's getting away.
I'll get her through the secret passageway.
Jeffrey! My baby!
Don't worry about it. Now, let's go and get that phony.
Poor Jeffrey got caught by a trap, just accidentally stumbling into it. I didn't even activate it.
Control, you gotta help me!
She went up the stairs.
Oh, Victor.
After you, my dear.
Now, like Tony did earlier, Victor summoned lightning, and he also did that little teleporting trick.
Help me! You gotta help me, please! Use the trap!
Oh, it looks like your friends won't be helping you this time.
What are you doing?
Now this is important to note. Sheila ran back out into the hallway, while Sarah and Victor ran into the bathroom after Kelly.
Use the traps! Now!
They're not going to help you.
Oh, come on, you guys, help! Help me, please! You're the only one that can save me! You're all mine now. Whose side are you on, anyway?
So here we have the first bad ending. In this ending, we did nothing to stop the Martins, and Sarah Martin captures Kelly with the help of the Augers, and they make a meal out of her. We have a couple of other endings that we're going to take a look at, so we're going to see them next. We're also going to take a look at the 3 different outcomes you can get when Jeff Martin is fighting with Swanson. Only one of those outcomes is important to the ending of the game, and that's to get the perfect ending, but more about that a little later.
You gotta help me, please. Use the traps. Now.
They're not going to help you.
Oh, come on, you guys, help! Help me, please. You're the only one that can save me. You're all mine now. For a while there, I thought I was a goner. Ah!
Oh, it's not over yet, my little darling.
No! No! How could this happen? No! No!
This is bad ending too. Although we were able to successfully capture Sarah, Sheila escaped out the side of the room while we weren't looking and was waiting for us in one of the other bedrooms. With the help of the Augers, Sheila is able to capture Kelly and makes a meal out of her as well. We've got one more bad ending to look at. Let's see that one right now.
Trap! But it was going to be a surprise.
Thanks. Come on, you guys, you gotta help me. Please, use the traps. Now!
They're not going to help you.
Oh, come on, you guys, help! Help me, please! You're the only one that can save me! You're all mine now! No! No! Oh, thanks a lot, Control. For a minute there, I thought I was a goner. Ah!
It's not over yet, my sweet little plum.
No! We were so close! No!
Here's the third and final bad ending. In this one, we were quick enough to catch Sheila and Sarah, but we left Victor Martin behind. With the help of the Augers, he is easily able to overpower Kelly and turn her into his next victim. So that is all 3 of the bad endings. Now let's see what happens when we get the good ending and we are able to stop all 3 of the Martins.
Help me! You've gotta help me, please! Use the trap!
A closet trap!
But it was going to be a surprise.
Thanks. Come on, you guys, you gotta help me. Please, use the traps. Now!
The wall trap!
Yeah! Help me, please. You're the only one that can save me. You're all mine now. Thanks, Control. You just saved my life. And you were very good. You saved all my friends. Trapped most of the Augs. I'll bet with a little practice you could be perfect.
So there you have it. In this ending, we are able to capture all 3 of the Martins, and Kelly is able to escape successfully. She takes a minute to look at the camera and mention to you what a good job you did, and that you almost did it perfectly. Although, when you see that she starts to leave, an auger pops up from behind her. We can get a perfect ending if we are able, through the course of the game, to capture all 95 augers, and make sure we perform no detrimental captures, which would include not catching Jeff and Swanson at the same time. Now, there are a lot of augers to capture, and most of the captures are just the same ones done over and over again. So I've set up a little best of augers captures here for us to look at, and then we're going to take a look at the perfect ending.
Help me, please. You're the only one that can save me. You're all mine now. All right, you were perfect. Nobody's ever done that. I knew I could count on you. Thanks. You are wonderful. And next time I'm on special assignment, I'm going to insist that you back me up. I'd go anywhere with you and feel secure knowing that you were at the controls. Nah, you wouldn't. I didn't think so. Bye-bye. See you next time.
Alright, so we've done it. We captured every possible auger, we saved all of Kelly's friends, and we caught all of the Martins without catching any of the SCAT team members. Kelly lets us know that we've never done a more perfect job than this, and she says that anytime she's on assignment, she wants us with her. But you may have also noticed that she kind of looks at the camera and says nah when she gets a little too close to that trap. Well, it ends up, if you wanted to, you could spring that trap on her, and then you get what I like to call the gag ending. So let's look at that one next.
Help me, please. You're the only one that can save me. You're all mine now. All right, you were perfect. Nobody's ever done that. I knew I could count on you. Thanks. You are wonderful. And next time I'm on special assignment, I'm going to insist that you back me up. I'd go anywhere with you and feel secure knowing that you were at the controls. Nah, you wouldn't. Oh, I can't believe you do this to
Well, there we have it. That was Night Trap. Like I said, Night Trap was originally released on the Sega CD, but eventually found its way to several different systems, and is even getting a re-release on more modern consoles like the PS4 and the Xbox One. So if you like watching me play this, go out and try it yourself. In fact, I really kind of encourage it. This game has a bad reputation that I think is really unwarranted. I think this just became a victim of time and circumstances. At the point there was just an attack on gaming in general, making claims like it was too violent and too graphic and too sexual, when in reality, especially here, Night Trap is comparable to like PG or PG-13 movies of the time, which Night Trap originally began its filming in '87, but then wouldn't be released until '92 because of several problems with Hasbro's console that it was trying to produce called Project Nemo. Eventually, the creator of Night Trap would get his hands on the copyrights and start releasing it onto other systems. I don't think this is a particularly controversial statement to say, but I think this was all just a show. This was just US politics trying to get a hold of a medium that they didn't have control of yet. Because information is the best way to get control of people, and control a medium like video games where you can entertain and inform and challenge and question is, just another in the list of things that need to be properly scrutinized, controlled, and censored. And we're still having those problems even today, even though this game led to the ESRB, well, at least in part, led to that system that we use to rate our games. But honestly, this game is, it has some charm to it. It's kind of campy and it's funny, and it's playing off, the vampire melodramas and slasher films and all those cliches and stereotypes. And quite frankly, even though the things that happen in the game to the characters in context are, terrifying and horrible, the game is hamming it up. Even the actors are kind of looking at the screen and nodding and winking and just having a good time with it. And also, I want you to consider that we're now in a time and age of Five Nights at Freddy's, so this game was trying something, similar along those lines. So I'm happy to see that Night Trap is getting another shot, and may actually turn into something worth checking out. So please, go out, give Night Trap a try, and thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next game. Take care of yourselves.